hatred in your heart and bitterness and negativity from things that have happened to you, right? Because you can certainly be upset about things that have happened to you, but you gotta watch how you treat other people on that. You gotta watch how you treat other people on that. You can be upset about what happened to you. Go get into the closet. Get into the closet and call a doctor. I keep telling y'all that. Don't bring that out around other people and think that it's justified. What's up, y'all? So I know it's late. I don't care. Okay, I had technical difficulties. I'm gonna talk about the Tahiry Vado situation from Marriage Boot Camp. And I'm also gonna talk about a video that kind of went viral on social media of a woman showing her abusive boyfriend, baby daddy, if you will. The Tahiry Vado situation was like crazy because immediately I was like, he's clearly in the wrong and she's clearly in the wrong.
I look crazy to y'all. I look extra aggressive.
Yo, you look on. Yo, like for real, my yo. No. Bugging out. No. Like you lucky I don't hurt you, yo.
Are you kidding me?
This house is on fire.
Just threw that apple in my face for me.
It's not a situation of two wrongs don't make a right and, you know, you're a woman and so you think that you can get away with yada, yada, yada. It's really not about that. This situation definitely highlights something that a lot of people go through, including the woman in the viral video, which is intimate partner violence. And I think a lot of times we normalize dysfunction. We normalize abuse and our expectations are low and our tolerance is high. And then we sit there and tell ourselves that we're strong. I don't think there's anything strong about a woman who would let a man abuse her in front of her children. I think that is a woman that is not strong. She's clearly in need of help, right? You know, I watched Tahiry on Love and Hip Hop with Joe Budden, you know, early years. I did like them. I thought that they were a good fit, but I did see the toxicity. And back then they did a lot of social media videos about their relationship as well. Back then he described her, Tahiry, as someone who he felt was toxic and always brought a dark cloud wherever she went, and that the mood in the room would shift. These are things that he said in earlier videos, so you can look those up. I'm just bringing context, and that he was constantly trying to help her and help her with her self-esteem, right? When that was work that she was supposed to be doing on her own. And if that's the case, based on his point of view, I absolutely agree with that, right? When you come into a relationship, you need to be whole yourself. You don't need to be searching around for some random stranger that you don't know and owes nothing to you. So before you'll ask your parents, before you'll ask your siblings, before you'll ask other relatives, you'll ask this stranger. I mean, I get it when you're trampolining with somebody, the requirements are different. I absolutely get that. But come on, I agree with the sentiment of holding people accountable to certain standards. So why would you ask more of a stranger, right? Complete me. Then before you'll go to your parents and say, hey, I felt like this was missing from my childhood. Can I get that? So I think a lot of us are walking around, a lot of adults are walking around, broken adults, right? And they unanswered conversations. I know there's conversations that I wish I had with my mother before she passed that I won't get to have. And I have to reconcile that with myself, right? I can't just walk around and feel like there's this huge hole there and there's nothing I can do about it, right? As an adult, I got to do something about it. So I feel like a lot of times we do walk around with a lot of childhood PTSD and issues from our past and issues from previous relationships. And I think Tahiry and Vado were complaining about that with one another, right? They felt like their past relationships were very significant in their current relationship. That there was a lot of baggage from previous relationships and that there was too much communication, specifically with Vado talking about his relationship with Tahiry with his baby mama, right? So, it was bizarre to me because I believe their relationship was explained as, we were friends and I had him on the back burner and then, we hooked up kind of thing. And it's like, okay, if that's the case, then why is there so much hostility and anger like so early on? I didn't get that. Like, y'all basically just got together and already it's heat. Y'all can break that off. Like, you don't need to go to boot camp to figure out it ain't working. I haven't seen a moment of them working the whole time since they've been there. It's just been a lot of attitude. Friends aren't supposed to have hostility, So like, what happened? What happened there? Why is there so much heat and tension at the beginning of this relationship? In general, with the women of boot camp, marriage boot camp, you see a lot of them like are heated, right? And their relationships look a little bit more legitimate. There's people that have children and are married and have been together for a much longer time than like Tahiry and Vado have been. These women are heated. They are really upset. I think that when it gets to the point where you feel like that, you should take a break. Somebody makes you get out of your character, I feel like you should take a break and you should get your space straight up. And then y'all can figure out, like, is this something that we want to work on? You know what I'm saying? Because there's just no need to be around someone and everything they say and do gets you heated. I definitely believe that a lot of what happens on these shows is real because Danielle Victor, I believe, was on Marriage Boot Camp with the father of her son. And she talked about it on her YouTube channel. She talks about like, these were their real problems, right? So I definitely believe that it was real, like this altercation. We did see in the video footage throughout that after Tahiry hit him with the 2 green apples, I know that she hit him with the 2 green apples. I know. After she hit him with the 2 green apples, okay, and they were hard hits.
You gonna find out.
If you don't shut up, yeah, you right now you would have shocked me, I'm sure. Yes, you would have shocked me, and I would have been deserving of it. Yes, this is part of the list. What I'm about to do right now, it is part of the list. Yes, if I would have got shocked right now, I would have deserved it. But it wasn't part of the list. Pressing me.
And they had already been having, if you watch the episodes, like the previous episodes, just so much tension and stress. They did like this challenge where they were allowed to hurt one another. And I think that that's really important to keep in mind here, that they did a challenge where they were given shock devices and they were allowed to buzz the shock device and hurt the other one if they were doing something that they felt was disrespectful to the relationship, right? So that preceded this. And that's a part of the show, right? I don't think is the healthiest thing to do, especially when there's alcohol involved, right? And a few of the women on the show talk to their partners about like, whoa, you're drinking too much. Of course there's dysfunction. Of course things aren't working out. There's substance abuse involved. So then the show brings in this element of them being able to shock one another, which let me tell you something. I tell you right now, I don't care what I was doing. If my husband shocked me once, okay? Come on now. No, to me, that's tacky. It's just tacky. I love Phaedra and her boyfriend. I'm sorry, I don't know his name. But they are so cute. They are so cute. They're so cute. Phaedra keep a man, okay? Phaedra keep a man. Phaedra keep Candy, okay? It's something about her. Insert picture of Phaedra and Portia. I love Portia and I adore Phaedra as well. I think she's just such a Southern belle, right? And you can learn a lot from Phaedra because she might be sneaky behind the scenes. She might be sneaky behind the scenes, but we definitely agree on when it comes to respecting our partners, right? And you'll be around these couples where it's like, whoa, where's the respect, right? People are gonna gossip and talk about their man, talk about their relationship. People will do that, talk about that stuff with their family, etc., right? But to openly disrespect your partner in front of other people, I've seen it so many times, and that people think that that is normal is mind-boggling, right? Because it's very uncomfortable to be the other person or other people that are around. Me and my husband, we've been together for 10 plus years. It's always going to be respecting one another around other people, certainly. You know what I'm saying? Like, get on code. If we can't get on code for basic-ish, you know what I'm saying? Then like we have a problem here. I think that a lot of times our unresolved issues lead us to, though we may have the best of intentions, still attract negative people and negativity, because we're not working from a higher place. We're still not recognizing the divinity within ourselves. We're still not vibrating higher than we know we should be. It's like, even when you want to be a troll, like right now, I feel a troll in the mists, right? I feel a troll in our midst. It's like, vibrate higher. Vibrate higher. Don't be this troll. Don't get into this negativity funk. That's not going to bring blessings your way. And it don't matter if you go out and you give, $1 to a homeless person or whatever it is that you do, right? That your good deeds. If you still have hatred in your heart and bitterness and negativity from things that have happened to you, right? Because you can certainly be upset about things that have happened to you. But you gotta watch how you treat other people on that. You gotta watch how you treat other people on that. You can be upset about what happened to you. Go get into the closet. Get into the closet and call a doctor. I keep telling y'all that. Don't bring that out around other people and think that it's justified. And say, well, so-and-so incited me, right? Because he got heated when she said, I think he's trying to entice me and make me be, the old me, and I'm trying to be this new, highly elevated person. Not throwing green apples, you're not. And at our big ages here, they're 40 years old. It's got to get to a point where you want more for yourself and you want less dysfunction around you. And you'll do anything to get that. It gets to a point where you don't want to be attracting these types of people and that type of aura and that type of negativity into your life at all. You just don't deserve it. And it derails you from your ultimate greatness, interacting with people you don't need to be interacting with. We saw how angry he was, right? They deliberately kept showing us that. They could have kept that out of the editing. They deliberately showed us that in the editing, that he was very angry after she hit him with the apples, and then she just kind of like tra-la-la off and like made a joke of it, right? He clearly was very angry, didn't know how to articulate himself in that moment. It's something that we see adults do with their children. You don't know how to articulate yourself, and so you hurt the child, to put your hands on the child. You don't know how to articulate yourself, and so you just react in violence. He should have went to a producer and said, can you get her a hotel room? Because she clearly can't control herself, and I cannot be around that anymore, or get me a hotel room, I'm out of here. Right? I think that men have to hold themselves to the standard of not putting their hands on women. And let that just be a standard for their lives. They have testosterone and they're built differently, and women should understand that. We live in a nation where there's a great divide between men and women, and there's not a lot of compromise anymore, and there's not a lot of understanding at all. I don't think there ever has been when it comes to America. Whereas if you look at Eastern civilizations, particularly like Asian cultures and Asian peoples, they have a great appreciation of what the man brings and what the woman brings to the table in relationships, right? And there's this yin-yang effect that happens there, and this great appreciation, and that's why they work so well together to their greater goals. Moving on to the video, which I will show you guys right now, of the woman who went viral talking about her abusive baby daddy.
Bitch, I don't fucking care.
Look what this man has done. He destroyed the whole garage. My kids are screaming.
Don't get on here shaming me because people don't, not everyone has the same circumstances. Not everyone can just leave. Some people don't have anywhere to go, or don't have a job, or don't have a support system, or don't have family to run to. And every time I call the cops just side with him.
Again, this goes back to unhealed trauma, right? And childhood PTSD, right? The baby daddy clearly has childhood PTSD because he's acting like a child, right? He cannot control himself. He cannot control himself around the mother of his child, and he cannot control himself around his child, right? The woman says, like, don't judge me. You don't know what, a lot of y'all know. I grew up in a very abusive home, so I know what it's like for somebody to put their hands on you. I do. But she was saying, a lot of y'all don't know what it's like, right? And don't judge. Where I think that we always need to be judging is how a child is being treated, and if they're being treated fairly. And it's not fair. You are putting your child through abuse when they see you be abused. No 3-4-year-old should be screaming, please don't hurt my mommy. That's not normal. That is dysfunction. And you should never let it get to the point where your child has to unpack what that violence is in their head by themselves alone. I think it goes back to setting higher expectations and boundaries for ourselves, right? You can have the biggest heart in the world. I have a very big heart. I've done a lot for people. I will do a lot for people, but it's not gonna be at my expense. It's not gonna be at my expense. No, it's not gonna be at my expense. And if that means that I'm only for myself because I'm gonna think of myself because I don't know a single person who puts me first, then that's fine. Then I'll be for myself and I'll help everybody else out after that. But like when you're a mother, your child comes first. Period. Their safety, their well-being, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, right, comes first. So you have to unpack before you allow this situation to happen again. Why did I find myself around someone who would perpetrate this type of violence onto me and or my child? How can I break the cycle so that my child doesn't grow up in this dysfunction? It's like all you care about is that relationship, and the children are an afterthought. There's always red flags. People are not genius actors where they can't hide how dysfunctional and or out of control they are. So be aware and be cognizant of these red flags. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. I've been around so many people I was like, nope. And maybe it was yes, and maybe it was nope, maybe it was somewhere in between. But if I said nope, if the intuition said nope, I'll never see you again. I can't wait to never see you again. I will never see you again. Oh, I can't do it. Okay? Because the intuition, it's done me right so far. So I'm going to keep going with intuition. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you are always up to date. And I'll see you guys next time.